Isn't this pretty special? Isn't this special? Yes. Huh? Isn't this special? We are all, Celtic fans, but to have Joe Mazzulla here, a Rhode Island, our own Rhode Island kid here, coaching what I consider the greatest sports franchise in America, the Boston Celtics. That's right. And I get to wear. I did go to the last game, and I saw the confetti coming down from the, from the rafters, at the Fleet Center. But I'm a kid that grew up seeing games at the old Boston Garden, right? I think we've been there. Chris, you've probably been there. Yep. I remember actually even, watching. I'll date myself here. The Bill Russell crew, right? The whole Bill Russell crew coming to the Rhode Island Auditorium. Anybody remember the Rhode Island Auditorium? And we would have the Celtics come in and play double headers there. Will Chamberlain came in, Oscar Robinson came in, Bacuzzi and Russell and that whole team were playing right here in Rhode Island. So that's why we believe that the Boston Celtics are part of Rhode Island. We've grown up with them. We know who they are. And I'll just tell a personal story, of my connection with the Celtics. It's not really direct, but when I was in business in Woonsocket, one of the business owners there, his brother was the traveling secretary for the Boston Celtics. His name was Wayne LeBeau. And Wayne now, actually Wayne's in another career now, following around doing the arrangements for Bruce Springsteen and Ringo Starr. But so anyways, we were able to do this. We were able to trade off, by the way, that's just legal then, I'm not in politics. We were able to trade off memberships at our club for tickets to see the Celtics games in the Garden. That was pretty special. And then we created a friendship with Wayne, and then for about 6 or 7 years, I could go up to the press pass and say, and it was Dan McKeon too. Dan McKeon too. And we would go to game after game after game watching the Celtics play. And during that time, we saw 3 world championships come out of Boston. But that's why what today is so great to have you here to talk about, your experience and have Celtic ownership here. And I just want to give you, we're here with the Larry O'Brien trophy, right? This trophy here, I just want to let you know, not that Cumberland is not like the center of the universe sometimes, but I'm telling you that, so at Tiffany's, that trophy is made right here in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Right here in Cumberland, Rhode Island. And I got to do the ribbon cutting when I was a mayor on Tiffany's world headquarters up there. So we're just thrilled to be here. But look, we've got Congressman Alamo here today. You met him earlier. We got Seth Magazine, our Congressman Magazine. We got a Speaker of the House is here, along with Senate President. I don't know if the Senate President was able to make it, but we have Frank Gallo, Senator Gallo here in place of the Senate President. But we have our General Treasurer here. We got our Secretary of State, Greg Amore, here, and he's a big fan. He's a big former coach as well. And then we have, all these distinguished people here, that are out on early in the day when school just opened up. So you're not going to see many school kids here, but I see a couple. I see a couple over here. So this is good. Any school kids here? Stand up. And look at the jersey that guy's got on. Huh? Look at the jersey that guy's on. All right, before you leave, you're going to come up and take a picture with the coach, all right? Oh, come on up right now. Come on up now.
Come on, right here. Well, why don't you do it right over here? Coach, can you do it in front of the trophy? Come on, right over in front of the trophy. You got anybody else got up here that's young? Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. All right, take the picture. This is good. With the coach, with the trophy. What's better than that? Make sure that. We got a couple of young people here. All right, I like that. Okay. All right. All right, we can get away with this because there's only 5 kids here. Remember that we are working on attendance matters, just to let you know. Oh. Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, that was not staged, but we're very happy that we did it. Give the young kids a round of applause. I was sharing with Coach Mazzulla, you know, what he said, what does your day look like? And I said, well, today I was serving breakfast with the bus drivers at around 6 o'clock in the morning with our Commissioner Fonte Green as well, but because we know this education is so important to us. But we also have to understand that I think there's 3 things that are really important when we run our schools or run our state. One is the academics, the other one's the arts, and the other third one is the athletics. You got to get them all. You got to get them all down. And Coach Mazzulla, the dedication you've shown in helping your team grow and foster a culture of teamwork, mental toughness, and be there for each other has made Rhode Island very proud. Just the basics of coaching is about what we live with every day as we try to make our teams as strong as they can be. Kevin Staken, thank you for being here today. Former Celtic, big PC guy. Actually, I was on the same floor at Assumption College when Kevin was at Holy Cross as a freshman. I didn't get on the court very often. I was kind of watching him throw up the shots before the 3-point shot was in place, right, Kevin? So, but when you talk about developing teams and creating a synergy that works, I don't know of anybody that's done it better than Joe Mazzulla. I say that with all seriousness. And so we try to emulate that in the work that we do at the state. I feel as though that is a little bit of me, in Joe. Joe was sitting on the on the bench as an assistant, and then the opportunity came, just like as a lieutenant governor, I stepped into the governor's office in the same way. That's not easy, and from that experience, I know it's not easy. And the framework that you have to make it work is something that takes time, but Coach Mazzulla did it as well as anyone I've ever seen in coaching. And so, congratulations. I'm happy to be here with the Celtic leadership. To be here, see with you, and to offer up. I got a phone call when I was in Utah. By the way, I snuck away and watched a couple summer league games when I was at the National Governors Association meeting about a month and a half ago. They actually had the summer league, NBA summer league there, so of course I did that. I got to admit that. But I got a phone call from a text from Secretary Raimondo saying, "Geez, well, we'd like to bring the Celtic trophy and connect me in with the leadership, of the Celtic organization." So today, and we're here as a result of that phone call, and we've got hundreds of people here. And many, many more are going to be seeing this on the news, and they're going to be very, they would have loved to have been here, I think, but their schedule probably didn't allow it. So I speak for myself and so many of the leaders here today when I say, I think we can learn something from the way you carried yourself, Joe, represented your organization and fought for your players. No one, if you see them working the sidelines, no one defended his team and the players in the court in a better way than you have. So let's celebrate the Celtics. And once again, let's give them a big round of applause. And I'd like to introduce first one of the Celtics owners. You got to have good ownership, right? You got to have good ownership. Steve, come on up and say hello to everybody. And thank you so much for taking the time. And I don't want to dismiss this. He might mention it, but he does have some Rhode Island roots in him. So we're very happy. I think he's proud to be here in Rhode Island today at this wonderful building. Look at this wonderful building here. Thank you. The mic's yours, Steve. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for being here. We really appreciate the fan support we have all over New England. And when we bought the team 21 years ago, I remember we had 3 goals. One was to win a championship. That was the number 1 goal. Number 2 was to make the environment better for fans, and we've done that at the Garden. The Garden's an extremely exciting family-oriented place right now. And the third was to really integrate the Celtics even more into the community. And this is part of that. I'm very proud of Joe Mazzulla, Rhode Island roots. I live down in Narragansett. I'm also Italian. I just read that I think Rhode Island has a higher percentage of Italian population than any state in the nation. There's a few Irish And the governor is absolutely correct. We're very proud of Joe coming through our system, taking over the team very rapidly. I think the youngest coach ever win an NBA championship.
Yes.
Most importantly, he's just a great person. The club has really benefited by his wisdom, caring for the players, interaction with the fan, all the community work. We have the Boston Celtics Shamrock Foundation, and Joe and the team is at every event that we have. So we're very proud of the Celtics and proud to be part of Narragansett and Rhode Island, and proud to be Italian, and great everybody came out. I'll hand it over to Joe now. This is the, I break this out once or twice a year. This is the 2008 championship ring. It's taken us another 16 years to get another one, and I think Joe hopefully will bring us one more coming.
How's everyone doing? Thanks, for having us today. Really a great opportunity to thank everyone here and thank the state of Rhode Island. I know most importantly, Governor McKee was kind of talking about just the success that we've had, and I think first and foremost, just people don't really understand what goes into organizational leadership, organizational alignment, and I think the Celtics are one of the best organizations in the world from top to bottom where everyone's on the same page, and it starts with ownership, it goes to the front office, it goes to the coaching staff, to the players, to the staff, and then the community in there. And I think there's very few companies in the world that have that. Values are the same, morals are the same, communication is great, and so you can't achieve what we achieve if you don't have one, great players, but also great organizational alignment. So it's a huge gift that we have there, and really grateful for that. So thank you, Steve. And I would say, I left Rhode Island at a very young 17-year-old, and I think when you leave that early, you don't realize the relationships that you build or the impact that you may have, or the people that you have met. And so when I left that young, I didn't quite understand the identity that I had within the state, and I left for almost 15 years. And so one of the greatest gifts that I think God has given me is being able to come back to where I'm from and redeveloping those relationships, having an understanding. And so since I've been back the last 4 years, I've just reconnected with so many people, and those memories come up, and those thoughts come up, and you start to realize, one, what a pain in the ass I was as a kid, and two, how many people went into making sure I got to where I am today. And I think there's so many different stages in your life, and for that 15-year period being in West Virginia and in Maine for 1 year, there was a group of people that shaped me and helped me develop. But it's been really cool coming back with my wife, with my kids, in those first 17 years, just constantly running into people that gave me a ride, that bought me lunch, that babysat me, that came to my games, that supported when I was in CYO or in high school. Who knew my father, who knew my family, and to just reconnect and rekindle those relationships, to get back to the foundation of who I am and where I'm from, has been one of the greatest gifts that I've gotten. So thank you to everyone, through those first 17 years and really up until this point in my life that has played a part in that, that has helped me get to where I am today and that has had that foundation. So thank you to the state of Rhode Island and to those people. every day I drive into the facility and still, pinch myself a little bit with gratitude and how did I get here? Moment of working for the Celtics, right? And, I remember I had this plaque of the top 20 players in Celtic history that was on my wall. My uncle's here today, and he would take me to every sporting event known to man within the state of New England, whether it was training camp at Bryan College, All-Star game at Fenway, Celtics games at the Fleet Center, announced in the TV garden. I call it the Fleet Center sometimes too. And so that that stuff is really important. And Pat said it too. One of the goals, I think the bigger goal than winning a championship is connecting the Celtic identity to the community. And that was a huge goal of mine coming into this season. Reconnecting to the city of Boston, really reconnecting the identity. When one of my goals is when people watch the Celtics, they see the city of Boston, they see New England, they see that toughness, that mindset, that chip on their shoulder type of basketball. And that's the basketball that I saw growing up, and I think our guys really truly developed that. And that's it. And that's why we're here today, is to build that connection and have an understanding, whether you believe it or not, that the community and everyone plays a part in our success. And we can't have that success without you guys. So it's an honor to be here today on behalf of me, the Mazzulla family, and really just everybody. And I can't thank you enough. I would not be here today without, it takes a village. So there's a lot of people here, there's a lot of people in the state that have helped me get to where I am today. So thank you. Anyone from the Mazzulla family, I want to take a picture with you guys, man.
Get the Mazzulla family up here, and then be patient. The trophy will be here for a while, and then they can come up and take a picture with it as well. So as long as we can keep the coach here, it'd be great. Coach, why don't we get right in front of the trophy?